Hey, welcome back to Morning Manna this week with me, Pastor James, as we touch on the virtue of humility. As we touched on yesterday, humility is a critical and continuous emphasis of godliness in the Bible. We are called upon to be humble followers of Christ and trust in the wisdom and salvation of God. True humility is to see ourselves as we actually are. In desperation, we are fallen in sin and helpless without God. Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. When I was a kid, one of the places that my character traits needed to be broken in a little bit was remembering my place, not getting too big for my britches, as the old ones would say. And I think as Christians, in this place of desperation and humility, we are to remember our place in reference to God. Matthew 10:24 reads this. A disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. And again in 1 Peter 5:6, it says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. So here's the deal. God is above, we are beneath. We are not worthy to untie his shoes. The distance between God and us is infinite. His greatness, his power, his wisdom, his justice, his truth, his holiness, his mercy and grace are as high above ours as the heavens are above the earth. And only by the sacrifice of Jesus will we be able to even see the beginning of the depths of all of these. But we are called not to look above alone, but also look beside as well. According to Jesus, humble people are not scrambling for power, prestige, and position. They take the lowest seat, and they are content to function as servants. Jesus contrasted his own expectations for his disciples with the proud and self-serving conduct of the scribes and Pharisees. In Matthew 23, verses 8 through 12, Jesus says this, but you are not called rabbi. You are not to be called rabbi, for you have one teacher, and you are all brothers. And call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father who is in heaven. Neither be called instructors, for you have one instructor, the Christ. The greatest among you shall be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. Again, in the Gospel of Mark, in chapter 9, verses 35 and 37, when Jesus caught the disciples arguing over rank and seniority, he called them together and he said this to them, if anyone be first, he must be last of all and servant of all. And he took a child and put him in the midst of them, and taking him in his arms, he said to them, whoever receives one such child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not me, but him who sent me. To be humble, in a biblical sense, is to disregard all concern for rank and privilege and to live one's life in service to the least of Christ's disciples. It is to accept all, serve all, and prefer all in Jesus' name. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.